Hi, this is Chris Bayaki with Resolute Philanthropy, and I want to talk about another fundraising mistake I made when I first started out doing fundraising. And that was a mistake in thinking that there was a certain combination of words that I could say or that I could write that would convince somebody to make a donation to the charity I worked for. Now, the mistake wasn't in the idea that there are certain combinations of words that you can write or say that are more effective as a fundraising tool. Like, for example, need based fundraising or fear based fundraising is generally speaking less successful in the long term than fundraising that's based on impact, that's based on building community, that's based on making donors feel like they are part of a larger cause. These stories can be really meaningful and can really help people get to know your mission, get to know your cause, and feel like their gift will be valued and appreciated and welcomed. The mistake I was making in that thinking that fundraising was the act of convincing somebody to give, that their stance was they don't want to give, and I was going to convince them or kind of trick them into giving. That if I said the right thing in the right way, they would go from not wanting to give to wanting to give right away. It's kind of a subtle distinction to make, right? Because we do want to continually to invite people, to show people, to talk to people about their giving, to talk to people about the impact they could have if they joined with us and became part of our cause and our community. But I think it's important as fundraisers that we believe or that we understand that our job isn't to convince somebody to give. It isn't to trick them or manipulate them or to use a series of illusions to get them to give to us, but instead, it's the idea that we are inviting them to join this cause. We're inviting them to join this party. We are showing them that our organization represents values that the donors share, represents change in the world, that we are going to make the world healthier, safer, kinder, more just, more fair, in a way that's going to echo what the donor ultimately wants as well. If we think fundraising is all about convincing, if we think that there are words or phrases we can use that will turn somebody from not interested, not donating to interested and donating, if we believe that, then we should just use those phrases all the time to everyone everywhere. If we believe that there's something you can do that could make somebody just say, yes, I'm going to be a long-term donor to your organization without cultivation, without giving them a chance to get to know you, without getting them to see how your mission aligns with their worldview, if it's all just a matter of hearing the right thing, that's not fundraising, right? That's not how the world works. Because if there was something that worked that quickly, and that all it worked all the time like that. Totally forgot what I was going to say. If we had something that worked that quickly and that consistently, wouldn't we be using it everywhere? Wouldn't consultants and even development directors really not have a job because all you would need to do is leverage that specific language in that specific way to that specific audience, and boom, there are your donations. Basically, the mistake is thinking there's a shortcut, that there's a shortcut to building relationships. There's a shortcut to having open and honest conversations about your mission. There's a shortcut to inviting people to the organization, to holding space for them, to trying to show that they are welcome and needed and part of a larger cause. If we think there's a shortcut to that work, we won't do that work. And when we don't do that work, we're not successful as fundraisers. So that was one of my early mistakes, was thinking there was a shortcut, thinking that it was a matter of phrase and not a matter of relationship. Have you made mistakes in your fundraising career? I bet you have. Let me know in the comments some of the mistakes that you made earlier in your career. And if you want to talk about ways to stop making some of those mistakes and ways to get your fundraising team focused on the things that are really going to draw donor attention, drop me a line. I'd love to talk about ways we could work together. That's all for today. Have a great one and keep up the good work. We'll see you soon. Bye.